Hello, dear friends. You're watching your weekly astrology horoscope. And we have two major shifts happening at the very beginning and the very end of this week. First of all, the good news is that Mercury is turning direct. And from Monday, we have the green light. We can start new things, communication might be much better, and overall, we may have more clarity about the things that we want to do. I would still recommend you to be a little bit more cautious on Monday because Mercury is still a little slow. But overall, you may notice that the more we get towards the middle and the end of the week, the more clarity you will have, the more kind of like clear things will be, probably the easier they will get also, especially if there have been some complications or delays or miscommunication. This can be much better during next week. And at the very end of the week on Sunday, we have a full moon in Aries and Libra, which triggers communication, relationships, self-expression, compromising. Those will be some of the really important themes. And there is a pretty nice support that this full moon is receiving from Mars and Saturn. Mars and Saturn are trining the sun in Libra. So basically we are having a grand air trine supporting the full moon. So I hope that this will really help negotiations, communication, people being able to listen to each other, to express their thoughts better, and overall for this sense of community, this sense that we are all connected. So the full moon is like the culmination of the cycle. And what this means also is that next week we have the second phase of the moon. Okay, so this is the phase before the full moon. And this is a pretty active phase. This is the time to really get yourself to do important things, to put yourself out there, to initiate some things. So overall, it's a great time to take action and to focus on results. Now, let's start with Monday. On Monday, the moon will be in Capricorn and will have positive aspects with Uranus and Mercury. So this is also a grand trine, but in the air signs. Or even though Mercury and Uranus are not exactly trining each other, the moon is kind of like passing the energy from one planet to the other. So overall, this can help us to be more grounded, to be more practical, more focused on work. It's possible that things may take some time. So with so much earth energy and Mercury still a little slow, we need to be mindful, prepare that things may require more time. We need to be patient. But at the same time, we can get some important things done, especially when it's about work-related things or planning or communication or studying something or making some kind of changes. On Tuesday, we have a big quintile between Mercury and Saturn. Very interesting aspect which can bring some new ideas. And what can be the best here is to focus on something pragmatic. Saturn really helps us to be more logical, more grounded, more practical. And Mercury is also in an earth sign still. So we need to focus on practical, concrete tasks, rational thinking, but at the same time allow ourselves to search for different approaches or new solutions. So there could be surprising ideas or unexpected ideas. And again, our main focus should be, how can I use this in reality? What can I do with this in a very practical way? So for business overall, Tuesday can be very positive. The moon is in Aquarius, which can bring also more dynamic energy, more excitement, something interesting, something surprising as well. On Wednesday, we have another big quintile, but this time between the Sun and Uranus. So we can expect many surprises or something very interesting to happen, something that can bring a significant change for us. And it's time to experiment. It's time to open ourselves for something different and also to focus on personal change. The Sun with Uranus can really help with our creativity, with how creative we can be, with how initiative we can be. And it's time to allow yourself to get out of the box and to experiment and to do something different. The moon being in Aquarius on Wednesday supports the same thing. So it's a great time for new projects, new ideas, for experimenting, for creative work, for some kind of social activities also that include other people as well. On Thursday, we have a trine between Mercury and Pluto, which is a fantastic aspect to go deeper into something, to research something, to explore, to really focus on your kind of like, let me find the word, to investigate something, to research, to explore, to really go deeper into something. Not just superficial curiosity, but really go deeper into whatever you're working on or exploring or focusing on. And this is also a fantastic time for some kind of business negotiations or business planning, and that includes also financial planning. The moon will be in Pisces on Thursday, which can boost our imagination, our creativity. We might be a little bit distracted at times or a little bit dreamy. This is also possible when the moon is in Pisces. And on Friday, the moon will still be in Pisces, which means that it's a great time to focus on creative work, on your imagination, maybe to slow down a little bit if you need. But at the same time, you can be provoked to try something new or take some different actions, because Uranus has a positive aspect with the moon, which can support changes and unexpected opportunities. And on the other side, Mars will square the moon. So there could be some kind of frictions or some kind of impatience or even some kind of provocation. The risk here is that the Pisces moon can be very sensitive, so we might take things too personally, especially in communication. So try to be mindful about this. On Saturday, we have a big quintile between Venus and Uranus, which can bring us positive changes in relationships, in communication with other people, especially with close people. Financially also, there could be new possibilities or something different, or maybe we may want to buy something or try something new. That's also positive. Overall, one of the interesting things this week is that we have three of those aspects, three big quintiles, which are very rare aspects. And they're aspects of changes and aspects of, something new, of choices. So overall, throughout this week, we can make different choices, both personally and professionally. And on Saturday, the moon is in Pisces until noon. So this is like the better time perhaps to relax, to take care of yourself, or just to enjoy some quiet time alone. And then around noon, the moon shifts to Aries, which means that the second part of the day will be much more active, more dynamic. You can get some things done. You may even work on something, or it's a fantastic time for sports, for example. And finally, on Sunday, we have the full moon. The full moon, which triggers Aries and Libra, but also the grand trine in the air signs, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. So this can really be the culmination of something you've been working on, something you've been focusing on, and we really need to find the balance. So for some kind of constructive negotiations, this might be actually a nice time, especially if we really have this positive intention, not just to have a fight, or to just say everything that we think, but if we are really focused on listening to the other side and trying to find the solution, because this air grand trine can really support the communication and to focus on some kind of ideas. So this is how next week looks like. A pretty dynamic week, and the energy is shifting significantly from how it was for the past few weeks, that's for sure. So I hope you have a productive and amazing week, and I will see you very soon.